working on a beach with a nice cool drink in my hand. Dude, I can even work in the middle of the ocean if I wanted to, which would honestly be so scary. So why would I still choose to live in Edmonton? It snows 6 months out of the year, gets to negative 50 degrees every winter, and has nothing to do in it. Everyone tells me, you're famous. Go live in LA and be a celebrity. Like, what are you doing? Go be friends with Justin Bieber or The Rock. Well, I might be the first to tell you that being famous isn't that cool. I mean, I haven't face revealed yet, so I don't get recognized often, but I do occasionally by my voice at VidCon or old friends that treat me like I'm Tom Cruise because now I'm famous. But I'll tell you right now, it's not that sick. That's probably why you always see celebrities getting mad at paparazzi.
Hey, good morning, Kanye. Shut the up.
But I'm not a celebrity or a rock star. I just scream into my mic and ape on video games. Don't get me wrong though, I would love to meet all of my fans one day and talk to you in person. That's literally my next dream goal. To post variety gaming videos, face reveal, and make occasional IRL videos one day. Maybe when we hit 10 million subscribers. So subscribe right now if you want a face reveal. But the famous part that people fantasize over is kind of overhyped in my opinion. Like, we are still people. I still want to feel like a person. The only difference is that millions of people know my name now, but like, I still gotta put on my own pants every morning or scrub my own back, you know? The reason why I don't live anywhere else is because I enjoy my little life in Canada. My entire life is here. All of my friends and family keep me grounded. They don't treat me differently because I have 6 million subscribers, and realistically, nobody should. I still want to feel like a human because I literally am. I've had people treat me horribly after they found out I was a famous YouTuber, but that's a story for another time. So why did I say you sorta get freedom? Well, I had the dream of being a full-time YouTuber so I didn't have to work a 9-to-5 job. But now I work a 24/7. So I rarely have time to enjoy myself and my personal life. You might not like to hear this, and no YouTuber wants to say this, but I will. Being a YouTuber is kinda hard. Everybody thinks it's easy. Bro, I even thought that before I became a full-time YouTuber. I always said, damn, this guy gets to play video games for a living and makes money? Bro's life is on easy mode. He might even be on peaceful difficulty with totems. But I realized it's not that easy. At least for me. Maybe I'm a baby, I don't know. I'm not complaining. Like I said, I love my job. It's so awesome entertaining you guys and building the best army on YouTube. But I guess there's more to being a YouTuber that meets the eye. You guys obviously just see me playing games, but behind the scenes, it's a lot of business, hiring, team management.
I don't know, Mom. There's so much fabric and,
stupid tax stuff, planning, and boring things you wouldn't really think of. A lot of you still think I make all of my videos by myself, but it might surprise you that I have a team of 17 amazing people to make these Minecraft and Roblox videos happen. Now with these very cool looking animations that you're watching, which looks so sick, shout out to the animators, adds like another 8 people. So this YouTube dream basically became running a full-blown media company, which again is amazing. I'd rather do this job than make lattes for Karens and Lindas every morning, or build giant windows in a hot sweaty factory, or move heavy furniture in a warehouse all day, which I all did for a combined 6 years. I have some pretty hilarious stories about my previous jobs I used to work. So if you want to hear those stories, let me know. But this is by far the worst thing about being a YouTuber, at least for me personally. Now that I don't have a hard cutoff time for work like a typical job, I literally spend every available minute working because there's always something I need to get done. So now when I go out to try and enjoy myself or do normal human tasks like grocery shop, take a walk, or even hang out with friends and family, the only thing I can think of is how I am not working right now and how I'm not being productive or getting anything done. Because since I'm my own boss, I can work at any time. And during that time when I'm not working, I'm beating myself up for it. It's really bad for my mental health. But that leads us to the second negative-ish thing about being a full-time YouTuber. Burnout. You've probably seen all of these YouTubers quitting over the past year, and I really wanted to talk about that, which is sort of why I'm making this video, just to get my thoughts and feelings out. But burnout is a real thing. Being a YouTuber kind of means that you need to be perfect in every aspect to succeed. For example, your editing needs to be amazing, your ideas, execution, being entertaining, and all of the behind-the-scenes stuff I mentioned earlier, like running a team, dealing with sponsors, merch, social media, and all that, which can all get very tiring, especially because you're kind of learning how to deal with all of this as you go, and there's no playbook or guide. To me, it sometimes feels like I'm being stretched like 15 different directions at once, and it gets to a point where I break. And I personally found it very hard to forget about work and take a break. YouTube is always on my mind, even when I'm showering, going to bed, when I'm with friends. I even have dreams about YouTube. It's been really hard to disconnect and enjoy my personal life sometimes. That's one thing I miss a lot. With most normal jobs, you work the 8 hours, then you go home and forget about it completely until work starts again in the morning. For me, it feels like it's non-stop and impossible to take a mental break. So right now, you might be thinking to yourself, you're not even working, Cookie. You're playing Minecraft. Like, what are you talking about? Well, I'm gonna be real with you guys. It might be hard to believe, but sometimes it doesn't feel like I'm playing a game anymore. I hate to say it, but sometimes it feels like I'm just clocking into work. Again, don't get me wrong. I love what I do. I do have fun, and it's awesome entertaining you guys, but playing Minecraft every day all alone with a set schedule to finish this and that at a certain date and time so I can post every Friday honestly feels like an office job sometimes. And it might sound like I'm being ungrateful, but this is my dream job. I would never do anything else in the world. I love it. But like every YouTuber who retired said, a dream job is still a job. I still need to eat, you know? Okay, but now let's talk about something you are all thinking of and waiting for. The YouTube money. Oh, Cookie, how can you say your job is so bad when you make so much money? Shut up. Nah, I'm just kidding. But yeah, you are right. We all know YouTubers make a lot of money. The kind of money that I will never ever deserve. The fact that I make more than a doctor who literally saves lives and who we rely on to keep us healthy honestly makes me very sad and feel very guilty, which is one thing I've always felt ever since I became a YouTuber. Guilt. I feel that I don't deserve this. Like, who am I to make all of this money and to have all of these things? Like, who am I? I could go buy a ton of fancy cars, beach houses, jewelry, and just show off, but I kind of don't want to. I'm still Chinese. I've never been a big spender. It's just not in my DNA. All I know is save, 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 and rice noodle. But my main goal has always been to retire my parents because they work so damn hard and they deserve to take a break. I've tried convincing them to retire for years, but it never ever worked. My dad literally works 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, and doesn't even get paid minimum wage, but he still works his ass off. His reason is because what if Kevin or my brother needs money one day? Like, bruh, sit down and relax for once, Dad. Although on this topic, I do have some good news that I'll tell you at the end of the video. So with all of this money that I make, I try my best to do good with it. Charities, donations, giving friends full-time jobs on my Cookie Crew team. It's crazy. And thanks to you guys, I've been lucky enough to buy myself a car and live in an apartment. Also, one of the best things is I get to treat my friends and family to experiences, like my trip to China, so my parents can visit their families again. Seeing my dad cry for the first time after he hasn't seen his mom and dad for over 5 years was so sad, but so heartwarming. My dad is a stoic man. I've never seen a tear fall from his eyes until then. Or helping pay for my Europe trip with all of my friends. Even though we spent like $25 a night to stay in hostels with over 20 sweaty and smelly people to a room that all had to share one toilet. It was a war. Or how I took my family to Mexico for the first time ever. It was like plus 30 degrees over there and my parents were still wearing their winter jackets. It was so funny and wholesome. We got some pretty insane looks from people. But I got to experience all of this literally because of you. So yeah, having money is cool. I'm so grateful. Knowing that I can provide for my future kids one day and give them a life that I didn't have growing up makes me so happy. But remember, money doesn't fix everything. We're still human and life still happens. But maybe one day I'll treat myself to a McDonald's Happy Meal. So what was that one thing that almost ruined my life when I became a YouTuber? It wasn't the fame, money, or the stress. So what was it? Honestly, it was the sacrifice. The sacrifices I made that damaged my relationship with my family to get here. I literally threw everything away to chase my dream of becoming a YouTuber. I quit my job, I dropped out of school, my mom and I got into huge arguments, fights with my brother, and I got booted out of the house. All within like 5 months. My mom and I weren't on talking terms for a pretty long time. But if you want the full story, go watch my Draw My Life video where I explained it all. So yeah, turning your hobby of creating videos into a full-time job doesn't need to be as dramatic as my situation, but it does take a perfect storm of hard work, dedication, consistency, talent, strategy, and to be fair, luck, and just losing your mind until it happens. And the second it happens, that hobby almost immediately starts feeling like a job, at least in my story. Something you gotta keep oiled up, maintenance, and running because you want the train to keep moving along the tracks. But if you want it bad enough, it's so worth it at the end. If your dream is to become a YouTuber like mine was, my advice is to do it because you love it. Do it without the thought of money and do it out of passion. We all get trapped in following the next biggest trend or doing what's popular, but after 3 years of being a YouTuber, I realized that you just gotta do what makes you happy, what videos you think are funny, and to just have fun. That's why I made this video. Anyways, after all of that, it might sound like I hate being a YouTuber, but I'm gonna say it again for the 69th